I was hoping the transhuman video was going to be a one-shot thing, especially since I've been hit by a lot of inspiration for other videos, but I got so many people responding to me, about half agreeing with me, half disagreeing, and using technically uninformed ideas of humanity that I had to make another one. So many responded saying transhumanism is already happening. You wear glasses, people have artificial hips, and so on. Well, this was the new thing. I would agree. It's not. Tool use is a definition of humanity. Those tools have changed our environment, and we have evolved to fit those new environments. In the book, What Does Technology Want? By Kevin Kelly, and Catching Fire by Robert Rangel, evolutionary biologists and anthropologists point out that the definition of transhumanist these people are using is the very definition of human. Cooking took us from erectus and maybe habilis all the way to sapien, to the point that we share a lot of physiological traits with herbivores. Although we are not. We are cooking omnivores, a completely new class that is incomparable to any wild animal, with some that choose to go herbivore. Our face has receded, our intestines have gotten shorter, our enzymes and throats have changed as well as our social needs and our enjoyment of certain flavors because of fire. An example of this is because of quick-cooked meat we use in our early evolution, we prefer fried flavors over the slow-cooked flavors, even though charred meats are actually carcinogenic. We artificially selected ourselves, causing the greatest amount of evolution since the planetary die-offs, and then proceeded to produce planetary die-offs. Humanity is an emergence of technology, with an organic species evolving with the technology instead of just with nature. That is the very definition of humanity. People fear that computers will become smarter than us and want to take over or something. By 2020, computers are slated to be as fast and have the same memory processing capability of our brains, not technically the AI. By 2050, they'll have the same amount as the entire planet. Now, if humans stay the way we are, then yes, we would be a bit worried. However, around 2020, they will also have mapped the human brain and produced a model copy on a computer, then take probably about the next 20 years or so figuring out its operating system. In the meantime, they will begin using computer chips, same speed as the brain, placed in certain areas of the brain where there are problems and correct them. Say, for example, a sociopath is missing all of his mirror neurons. A chip placed in his brain will suddenly allow him to feel empathy. Depending on the damage, mentally handicapped children will have implants in the right places and be able to lead a perfectly normal life. Once the medical tech has progressed and ensured to be safe, the next phase will be luxury and cosmetics, and people will begin to get chips to enhance their memory or processing speed of their brain. Once that happens, the idea of organics being special will begin to melt away. These are tools we are using. Yes, we've never integrated machines into our body to this level or changed our body with changing technology this fast. We've also never seen technology advance this fast. Tool use defines humans. Why we have to use a special word like transhumanism is completely redundant. If transhumanism was a word for, say, a literary genre, I think I would understand, but I think cyberpunk already has that covered. Making up new words to describe something that already has a more common word is a bit silly. Moore's Law has sort of become a shorthand jargon in technical anthropology fields. Moore's Law describes a pace at which a processor will double in regards in time, which has so far, and looks like it will continue at this point, to be 1.8 years. The reason why it doubles is because the predecessor's technology was the scaffolding used to build the next generation of technology. Without the growth of the previous tech, the modern tech would not be available. Now, some anthropologists will use this descriptor on many different concepts. Dawkins discussed a Moore's Law of ethics, that each generation gets more fair, ethical, and just, and the next generation will be even more so. Without abolition, the civil rights movement would have never happened. Without the civil rights movement, the gay rights probably would have never happened. Moore's Law moves exponentially. If you saw the scaffolding technology to make computers before the 1900s, it would appear to move ridiculously slow and parabolic. Harnessing fire was mind-numbingly slow in its early stages, and getting us up to the exponential stage took about 1,000,000 years. Scaffolding technology we have has our technology now increasing at a breakneck pace and picking up even more so. If you want to call glasses or brain enhancements transhumanism, then be my guest, but you won't hear many actual scientists using that term. I've had people ask me if I want to live until I get killed by the big crunch. I don't know, but the option would be nice. I've had people say that they couldn't deal with having a copy of themselves roaming around, but ever wanted to be in 2 places at once? That copy of you could go do something else, and then you could just remember it all at the end of the day. Just because I have the option doesn't mean I'm going to do it either. I have the option to hunt down and kill one of you, just like you have the same option to do to me. Doesn't mean we will do it. As we see the repercussions, the majority will make the right decision. Much of the problem with humanity is that by the time you've got your head on straight and you've acquired what you need to be comfortable in life, your body is programmed to shut down. If age extension becomes a reality, people 200 years old with the bodies and brains of, say, a 20-year-old will find the idea of a 20-year-old having and raising a kid is absurd. It's like a child raising a child, which is kind of what we're doing now. Just imagine what sort of psychological oh wait, we do that already. People have accused me of having a shallow knowledge of transhumanism because I disagree with it. I actually know a lot more about it than I'm letting on because I don't want to give any ideas away for books. If I ever get around to writing them, that is. What is defined as transhumanism is just humanity to its core. Humanism wants to come up with the best way to move us forward and increase the happiness of all humanity. Being a humanist and pro-science is all you need, and the rest will follow. You don't have to give yourself a special title. Science predicts it will happen without you even thinking about it. Unless the anti-science crowd reverses our current path toward better lives, you have nothing to worry about in terms of reaching the goals of transhumanism without even trying. It's getting the world to be humanist that's the real challenge. After that, the rest is easy. It's called science, bitches. It works.